What's going on, beautiful people? How y'all doing this fine afternoon? I'm over here chilling, making dinner for the night. If you joined the live last night, you saw where I pre-seasoned my chicken and marinated it. Now I'm just kind of getting the cooking process going, cut up some vegetables right now. I'm just chilling. But for those of y'all out there joining the live for the first time, my name is Pat. I go by Chef Pat Lee / Cooking with Pat Lee on social media. I'm a private chef. I'm a food content creator, and I'm a home chef also. Right now, I'm just getting some dinner cooked for my family. I am chopping up some peppers. Today's dinner, we are making baked chicken, roasted potatoes, green beans, and some cornbread I had from yesterday. Chopping up some peppers right now, just for the base of my recipe. But if you're joining the live right now, what's going on? Hope y'all having an amazing day. Come talk to me. It's a nice day outside today, which I'm surprised because yesterday it was in the 50s and it's been cold for the last few weeks of the month. Hasn't felt like summer or warmer weather at all, but it's 80 degrees. It's nice. As y'all can see, I'm not wearing a hoodie today. Hold on, let me cut my camera on. I'm doing this live for y'all right now, but at the same time, I'm actually recording some content for a video I'm doing for all of my social media pages, just to kind of show a baked chicken recipe. You guys get to see the full process of me cooking while they just get to see the chicken. But I'll make sure that I have the recipe on my page shortly. See who's joined the live. What's going on? How y'all doing out there? Hope y'all are doing well. Whoever's joining the live right now, just letting you know that I'm getting dinner ready for the family. I'm making baked chicken, green beans, roasted potatoes, and cornbread. Something slight. Nothing too crazy. What's going on, Lady Bell? Good to see you again. Hope you're having a good day. If you just joined the live, I am making baked chicken, green beans, roasted potatoes, and cornbread for dinner tonight. Last night on my live, I actually seasoned the chicken and had it marinate overnight, so that flavor is definitely going to be there. Right now, everything is just getting cooked. I'm going to leave that there. What's going on, Brazil? You should invite me. Listen, whenever I have a cookout, I invite everybody. My kitchen is always open. I thrive on using food as community, so if you pull up, get a plate. But how's your day doing, Hakeem? Hope you're having a good day. My day is amazing. Yeah, I'm having a great. First of all, glad that you're having a great day. I'm having a great day too. Thanks for asking. I'm actually glad the weather is a little bit warmer now. It's been unseasonably cold for the past few weeks here, and I'm just tired of wearing hoodies. I want to wear short sleeve shirts and shorts, and it looks like we're kind of getting that weather this week. Hopefully, it sticks. What's going on, Erica? Thanks for joining the live. Hope you're having an amazing day as well. I'm gonna try to do more videos like these. Usually I'm either talking on my lives or I'm, just babbling, but I don't normally show the process of me cooking. I want to show that a little bit more. So you'll see more videos of me behind the scenes in the kitchen. And if you haven't subscribed just yet, go ahead and subscribe to my page. I make easy to follow recipes, simple recipes you can make in under 30 minutes. Recipes for you and the family to enjoy. What I'm about to make, I'm making baked chicken, roasted potatoes, green beans, and cornbread. If you saw my live yesterday, which the video is up now, I came on, just to chat with everybody. I marinated the chicken overnight, so it's had about 12 plus hours to marinate. So that flavor is definitely going to be there. I'm just chopping up some of my vegetables for the base. Like I always say, if you got any recipes that you want to see me make, doesn't matter what kind it is. It could be something easy. It could be something that resonates with your culture, something that your grandmother used to make. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to build a community of people who like food, love to talk about food, love to cook. Even if you never cooked before, I'll show you a few things. But for those of y'all just joining, how's your day going so far? Drop the Addy. I'm actually considering doing pop-ups pretty soon. I've been toying with the idea for the last, I'd say like 2 years or so. I wanted to do pop-ups, and then I wanted the pop-ups to lead to me one day owning a food truck so I can travel from state to state and cook. But all things come in time. I'm manifesting it. What city am I in? So I currently live in Delaware, but I travel mostly to New York, New Jersey, the DMV area, Virginia, DC, and Maryland to cook. Pretty much all over. Let me turn that on load. Hello from India. Thank you for joining the live. Glad to have you on board. Really appreciate your presence. Anybody got any plans for the weekend? I think the only thing I want to do this weekend is go to the movies and see Ballerina, that John Wick spinoff. Looks pretty good. What about y'all? Hold on a second. Just to show y'all real quick, I'm recording content at the same time I'm on live. So if you're on the live, you get to see the full dinner that I'm making. Everybody who's going to see the recorded content later will just get the chicken part, but you guys get the full meal. What's a good advice for beginners to sharpen knives? Oh, glad you asked that. So there are plenty of things that you could do to sharpen a knife. If you're a beginner, I don't actually have one myself, but there's like those little rolling devices that you can kind of like sharpen the metal by just rolling it and like, maneuvering the knife that way. Me, I use one of these. It's very old school, real simple. Just simply, you know, you sharpen your knife that way. And I kind of do that in between cuts just to make sure that my knife stays nice and sharp whenever I'm cutting my vegetables. This part here is supposed to protect your thumb. So whenever you're slicing, you don't accidentally like nick your thumb off with your finger or whatever. I'm ignoring you. Am I Christian, dear sir? I don't discuss my religious beliefs on social media. I'm more so spiritual, but I don't knock anybody's religious beliefs, any type of thing, like anything like that. As long as you're a good person, that's all that really matters to me. Also, whenever you start to sharpen your knife, you want to get a paper towel and kind of wipe the blade a bit. You can see right there. I don't know if you can see it. That's all metal that comes off of the knife. You want to make sure you get that off after you sharpen it, so this way you're not getting it on your food. I actually do make infused meals. I had a whole entire page before where I talked about that, where I actually made that, but I kind of stopped around the pandemic. Now I just typically just make regular meals, but I make infused meals also. Bro, you're destroying that blade. Listen, if you want to come cut these vegetables and come up and show me how it's done. Otherwise, thanks for joining the live. All right, just cutting up some onions now. And then once I cut these onions up, I'm going to show you the chicken that I marinated yesterday. And then I'll go ahead and start cooking. Oh, you'll also probably see that I don't cut onions like most people do. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So you know how people will like cut the onions where they kind of slice against the grain that way, cutting like this with a firm grip, and then just start cutting it like that. Simple. It's not hard, but I try to do things in a way where people can kind of relate to. Like I know the average home cook isn't out here trying to perfect their onions, especially if trying to feed your family and you only got but so much time. I always say cut them how you want to cut them, as long as you're cutting it safely, and you should be fine. Still gets the job done. Let's see. Put this to the side. Anybody got anything interesting they're planning on doing for the summertime? Any barbecues? Any special events? What you got going on? Also, don't mind me if you hear water running in the background. I'm not somebody who likes to, leave a bunch of dishes around. I clean as I go. Just makes the job a little easier. I'm still paying attention to what y'all talking about, so keep chatting with me. Stay cool in the Texas heat. I don't know if I'm going to Texas this year. I hope I can, but yeah, that Texas heat is no joke. I usually ask this every other live that I get on, but since I got a bunch of people here on the live, I'll ask it here. Where are y'all from, for one? And two, of all the restaurants in your city or your state, what would you say is the best one? I always ask that because from time to time, my wife and I like to travel and we go to different restaurants to kind of support the businesses there. Um, obviously go to eat and try the food out. So I always like to hear what people have to say about the food. I usually do my own research also, but I'm also somebody who doesn't believe in going to tourist spots or tourist traps. I actually like to go where the locals eat. So you can name a restaurant that you go to frequently. Let me know. See what we got going on real quick. Let me take a little break, see what y'all up to. I'm from Korea, best restaurant. All right, let me go ahead and screenshot that because I'm not sure what that says. Translate. But welcome. Thank you for joining the live. Glad to have you on board. I like Italian food, so I frequent Maggiano's. Maggiano's is a good spot. I used to go there during the pandemic a lot. The one around me kind of slipped and fell off, but for the most part, the food is pretty good. What would you say your favorite thing from Maggiano's is? All right, we about to switch up in a second. Haven't ever eaten gopher. What's that? Actually, no, hold on. Let's switch off for a second. Switch up the point of view. Give me one moment, guys. Let me just switch up my camera angle. Rigatoni alla vodka. Yeah, I love rigatoni alla vodka. Do you eat it by itself, or do you put any like protein, like a chicken or anything? So let me know if y'all can see that. Cool. 400 degrees. All right. So right now, what I'm doing is getting my chicken prepared. Let me get some gloves real quick. Actually, before I get the gloves, because I don't want to touch the gloves on the actual bowl. That's the chicken that I had on live yesterday. It's been seasoned since about 11 o'clock last night. So all that seasoning marinated into the meat. I'm baking the chicken, but a tip that I like to do before I bake it is that I like to give it a nice pan sear first to lock in that flavor. And then once that's locked in, I'm going to take this to my casserole dish with some peppers, onions, the potatoes, and just toss it right in the oven to cook. Just getting that pan nice and hot first. Where is my other bouillon cube? I had two of them once. Oh, here it is. Also, what I like to do to, and I'll show you guys a little bit later, is I usually use chicken broth to kind of put in the vegetables and the potatoes to give it some flavor, but I don't have any at the moment. So as a substitute, what I usually do is I'll get some water, put some bouillon cubes in a pot, which I'm doing right now, and then you just kind of mix it up and create your own little broth. And that goes right into that pan. Also, for those of y'all out there, happy Pride Month. Hope you're safe. Hope you're having a good time. Love all of y'all. Thanks for your support. You know I support y'all. What else did I want to mention? Oh, anybody go to the Beyonce concert, the Cowboy Carter concert? Just got to show I'm a fan real quick. Put y'all a little bit dang. What we cooking, chef? Today we're making baked chicken, roasted potatoes, green beans, and cornbread. I'm baking my chicken like I mentioned earlier, but first I'm going to sear it just to kind of lock in some of that flavor. Rotate this pan a bit. Ooh, forgot to record. Hold on a second. Perfect. All right. Let that heat up. The trick also, too, is to make sure that, because he said he wants to see the hand in the middle, you want to make sure that that pan is hot first before you put any oil on it. All right. I'm just going to cook these for a couple of minutes on each side just to make sure that it at least gets some of that searing action going. And then once it sears, I'm going to leave it in the pot, switch it to another pot, and then I'm going to go ahead and sear my vegetables. I like this big old pot that I have too. It makes it so much easier to cook food like this. in larger doses. And more often than not, you'll hear me say not to overcrowd the pan. This pan isn't really overcrowded, but I'm not cooking everything in this pan. This is just to kind of sear and develop some flavor. Yeah, I can see me. Getting some cleaning done real quick. Like I said, I'm very old school. I don't like to leave a whole bunch of mess when I cook. I like to clean as I go. And plus, this is going to give that chicken a chance to lock in some flavor while I'm getting this done. But for those of y'all who are just joining the live, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just to kind of give a quick recap, I'm making baked chicken, green beans, roasted potatoes, and cornbread for dinner tonight. I'm searing my chicken on the stove first. I know some people are probably like, well, if you're baking it, why is it searing on the stove? Well, I simply do that to kind of lock in some of that flavor first. And then once that flavor is nice and locked in, then I go ahead and just take it off, put it in the oven. Well, I'm not going to put it in the oven first. I'm going to lock in the flavor first. And then afterwards, I'm going to sear my vegetables and then put everything in a separate pan. BRB. I had to grab my casserole dish. What's going on out there? What seasoning did I use? So, let me give you a brief overview. So, seasoning I use for my chicken, a little bit of kosher salt, black pepper, garlic and onion powder, smoked paprika, cayenne pepper, Cajun seasoning, complete seasoning, and that's it. Really, yeah, that's it. Nothing too crazy. But like I said, I'm not cooking this in the pan too long. I'm just trying to get a nice sear on everything. It doesn't have to be, a dark sear or charred. It just has to get a couple of minutes on each side to start locking in some of that flavor. So just to kind of look like this on both sides, and then I'll take it out and put it in the casserole dish. And I'm just showing the camera this because I'm also recording content at the same time I'm talking to you guys live. I'm gonna put this on for about maybe 2 more minutes. I'm gonna take it out, put it in the casserole dish, and then I'm gonna get everything else done. But let me switch this over here real quick. In the meantime, let me bring y'all over here. Cool. Because I also have to cut some potatoes, so might as well get that done right now before I do anything else. No, I don't want to look too good. Take that out. All right. I don't have my bowl. Oh, we'll figure it out. All right. I'm just cutting up some potatoes right now. Nothing too fancy, just some cubes, keeping it simple. Once I'm done with this, the chicken should be done searing. Actually, I don't need all those potatoes. I can put one back. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, I need my bowl. Bowl is over here somewhere. There you go. Take this. Now, while I'm waiting to put those potatoes in, I'm just taking, sorry, while I'm waiting to let that chicken cook and the vegetables cook, I'm just taking my potatoes. I'm letting it sit in some cold water. This is going to prevent it from turning brown and having those potatoes look bad in the final cook. But let's go ahead and take the chicken out. The chicken is done. Make sure y'all can see it. All right, cool. All right. So we're going to take this chicken out real quick because more or less the chicken is done. Y'all can see. Oh, let me get you another one because that one's acting up. It's got a nice sear on it on both ends. It's not 100% done, but that's fine. We just want to get a sear on it real quick. I'm going to go ahead and put it in my casserole dish. Move that out the way. And I used to hate going on live. Actually, I didn't hate going on live. I never really went on live. I always felt like I'd have nothing to say to people. I'm not a nervous person at all. Anybody who knows me in real life and on social media knows I'm a talkative person. But it's just the idea of going on live and then you have like one person in the room that you're talking to and you can't really know who's joining in, especially when you're cooking. It's like I'm trying to pay attention to the live comments and everything while I'm cooking. And sometimes you see, you got one, two people there. Sometimes you may see there's nobody there, but unfortunately, you just got to do it. That's the best advice I can give to anybody who wants to even consider going on live. Got to get it done. All right. Be right back. Need to get a spatula. All right, cool. All right, a couple things I'm going to do really quick. I'm going to toss in some butter in that pan, and that's going to deglaze all that fond at the bottom. I'm going to create, actually, no, it's going to create a fond, sorry. It's going to deglaze the pan. We're going to create a beautiful fond and lock in all that flavor. It's always funny how whenever you cook food, it's a crazy process. Like it may look like, oh, I'm just burning stuff or this doesn't look edible, but trust me, once it's all locked in and you'll see the final product, it comes together beautifully. All right. Got a couple things I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna toast up some garlic paste because I don't feel like chopping any garlic cloves today. A little ginger paste as well. And get that nice and toasted up. And once we get that toasted up, you know what comes next? Chopped up vegetables. Add that to the pan. If my second mic is in here, let me know what's up. Crack a couple of jokes with me. I'll pay you an hour later. Right now, I'm kidding. Right now, I'm just getting those vegetables nice and seared. I don't want to cook these too much. Just want to get them nice and soft, so they're not going to brown a lot. But we're going to soften up these vegetables, and then I'm going to pour my broth in, which is actually cooking right now. Let me put that on low real quick. Let me see what's going on the live. Sorry, wrong chat. You want me to put you in the oven? I don't trust you. You might actually try to turn the temperature down and mess up my meal. Smells good as hell in here. Oh, let me fix the lighting up a bit. This is also kind of behind the scenes of content creation because I'm constantly adjusting my cameras, my angles, the light. So what you see in the final product may come off a little bit more polished, but this is the everyday thing I do in the kitchen. Keeping it light, keeping it slight. All right, real quick. Let's get these potatoes in there. And also, I mentioned earlier that when you put those potatoes in cold water, it helps it from browning, but it also releases some of that starch from the potato. All right. I'll get that washed later. Oh, that one didn't cut all the way, but that's fine. It all cooks down in the end. And all that flavor is getting nice and locked into those potatoes. This isn't going to cook too long either. I'm baking it in the oven, so that's where most of the cooking is going to happen. This is just to get everything nice and mixed up. And then real quick, this is going to get a quick seasoning because you got to season everything as you go, of course. Got to show the camera first because we're recording content. But I add a little bit of Grace's vegetable seasoning, and a little bit to me is about maybe a tablespoon or so. And then I go by my favorite brand, Badia. Get some Badia complete seasoning. You'll always find Badia seasonings in my house. And I like those two seasonings because they're salt free, so you can put as much or as little as you want. Oops. See one potato here. It's a little bit bigger than the others. Let's try to chop this one down. There we go. Out here showing off for the camera. All right. Cutting that heat off. Let's bring you back to the workstation. The complete seasoning. Ooh, I must have zoomed in too far. Hold on a second. Yeah. The complete seasoning is just standard all-purpose seasoning. Badia makes it. Switch the camera over here. Hold on a second. Got to get my angles right, so give me 1 second. Switching up the angles from my phone to the camera because I use the cool thing about this camera, I forgot to tell you guys, I have the DJ Osmo 3. You could actually control the camera from the phone. So instead of having to maneuver the app or any angles from the camera itself, I actually get a better visual from the phone. But just showing y'all here, this is the chicken, how I layered it. I'm going to make this a really quick process. Actually, it's not going to be a quick process. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, a couple things I'm going to do. All right. Hit record. Cool. All right. So I usually take the chicken and just take a little bit of the peppers and the onions and potatoes, put that underneath, put that on top. Might be a little messy, but it is what it is. Just dropping everything on this counter. That's fine. That's what cleanup is for. Let's put that there. And when this chicken starts to bake, all that flavor that drips from the chicken is going to drip right into those potatoes and onions and peppers, and it's going to give it more flavor. All right. Crazy thing is, I got the AC on blast. Well, I don't have it on blast because I don't want my wife getting cold, but I have the AC on. This oven is at 400 degrees. It's hot in this kitchen. It's hot outside. Over here getting a little sweaty. All right, I'm just gonna put some of this on top. I got a lot left over, so I'm gonna use it all. Out here trying to be aesthetically pleasing for the food. We trying to eat. We ain't trying to worry about presentation. That's for the plate. All right. So all that is gonna go like so. And then the last thing I do, no shame it. Well, actually, the second to last thing I do, no shame in my game. Throw in some frozen green beans. You don't need too much. Just kind of mix that in there. And you can throw in some chicken broth at this point, but like I said before, I don't have any chicken broth. So I just took a few cups of water with some bouillon cubes. Just gonna pour it in like that. That's gonna help everything cook. All right. So, got my dinner in my casserole pan. It's gonna take about 35 to 40 minutes to cook. So if you want to come back and join me at, let's say, 6:45, we'll do 6:45. 6:45, come on. I'll be back to show you guys the final product. And then once that's done, I'll plate it, take some pics. I'll stay a little bit afterwards to answer some questions. But yeah, I might have put this in the oven, let it cook, clean up this kitchen, and I'll be back. So if you haven't done so already, please make sure you subscribe. Uh, I love the support that you guys are giving me. Thank you for giving me the confidence to go on live and do this. Without you guys, I don't know where I'd be. So from the bottom of my heart, appreciate y'all and love y'all. Like I said, I make easy recipes that you can make in under 30 minutes, recipes that go from I've never cooked in the kitchen before to I've had years of experience. But I'm here to build a community of people like myself who love to cook, love to talk about food. So yeah, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. I'll be back in about 45 minutes or so, and I'll save y'all a plate. Come back and join me. One love. See you in a bit.